Hey everybody, in today's video, I'm going to be walking you through the difference between a coach and a coaching business. By the way, subscribe to my channel if you like content on how to grow and build a high-ticket coaching business as well. Hey, my name is Armin Shaffi and I built a multi-six-figure life coaching business, and now I spend my time helping other coaches build their own profitable businesses as well. Now, in this video, I'm going to be talking about the difference between a coach and a coaching business, because if you're watching this and you know you're really good at coaching, right? But you just are struggling with the coaching business part of coaching, then this video is for you. So if you know you can help a person, you know, if you sit down with someone right now, or if you go through a group session, you're going to transform some people's lives. You're going to help them achieve the goals that they have and overcome the fears that they don't have, whatever kind of coaching you do. But you have struggles with marketing, with sales, with automation, and all the tech stuff and the marketing side of getting clients. Well, then because you actually aren't a coaching business yet, you're just a coach. And so this has cleared the fog for me so much. I remember when I was getting into coaching in the beginning, I thought I had a business. I thought I started a coaching business, but I didn't realize till later on that I was just having a coaching job. And that's what being a coach is, a job. But I'm gonna explain to you bullet by bullet, bullet point by bullet point, exactly the differences between a coach and a coaching business. So you can find out whether you're actually just coaching and making money like a job, or if you're actually building a business. And if you want to build a coaching business, you're going to know by the list I'm about to create for you exactly what things you need to do in order to transition from being a coach to building a thriving, successful, impact-driven, global coaching business. I got hundreds of clients from around the world. I've done my programs in different countries, all because I learned the difference between being a coach and being a coaching business. So let's get right into it. So the funny thing is, the reason I even thought of the idea to make this video is because I was at a friend's house and I was sitting there, and his mom is an incredible chef. Like, she's a great cook. Every time I go there, I love eating their food. And I remember sitting down, I was eating this food, like I was just eating it, I was devouring the dish she made me. I'm like, man, this is so good. Every single time we're complimenting his mom on how good her cooking was. And then he said something that really just made my head, like my neck turn. He's like, man, Mom, you should start a restaurant, because you're cooking so good. I think everyone in the town will come and eat and you'll get so rich. And I remember listening to him and I'm like, no, I don't think that'll happen. Because just because you're a good cook doesn't mean you can build a restaurant. And there's a very big difference between being good at something and being good at selling it. So I remember sitting there, I'm like, it sparked this idea in my mind. I'm like, man, I feel like a coach thinks because they're good at coaching that they're gonna be able to build a coaching business that makes money. But that's not true. It's just simply not true. If I'm really good at talking to someone, walking them through processes, getting them to do exercises, and whatever my method is for coaching, but that doesn't mean I know how to do marketing and advertising and ads and selling and building teams and building funnels, and doesn't mean anything. It just means I know how to help people. Similar to my friend's mom, she knows how to cook, and she's a really good cook, by the way, but she will probably be happiest making the most money with her fullest potential if she was working as a cook in a restaurant. But what if my friend's mom, would want to build a restaurant business? Well, then she would have to go and learn a ton of new skills, because she's going to open up a restaurant thinking that she knows how to build one because she's a good cook, but she won't know how to do hiring, staff recruiting, trainings, marketing, selling, like cleaning. There's so much to building a business that isn't involved in the actual core thing the business is built around. So if you're watching this and you're like, I'm a good coach, but I'm not making enough money, or I don't have a real business, or I feel like it's kind of a hobby, it's because you haven't done the coaching business side yet. So that's how I came up with this idea. And now I want to make this video for you guys to know the difference. And this is what got me out of me being a slave to my coaching, instead now having a business where, it's all working for me and I'm not working for the coaching as well. So that's what we're going to cover today. So let's get through the first point on the difference between a coach and a coaching business. So simply the first difference between a coach and a coaching business is this. A coach, write this down, a coach sells sessions, okay? A coach just sells coaching sessions, whereas a coaching business, if you have a coaching business, you don't sell sessions, you sell a program. So the main difference, the first difference between a coach and a coaching business is that you're selling coaching sessions, like you're selling your time, Whereas a coaching business, you're selling a coaching program. You're getting a ton of people in at one time to leverage your time and deliver coaching to a bunch of people. So that's the first big difference. And honestly, this alone makes the hugest amount of difference, because over here you have a job, over here you actually have a product you can sell and scale. Look at the difference between Mary down the street, who's just selling $150 coaching sessions and charging you to come do a 1.5 hour session with her, where she gives you a breakthrough, or she walks you through some homework, or she gives you a package for $1,000. You see her 5-6 times. Let's just say that's a coaching session. You're selling sessions. Whereas Tony Robbins has up to 5, he has 2, 5, 10, and $85,000 coaching programs where you pay to go be in his circle, to be a part of his experience, and he makes millions and millions of dollars. Why? Because when he's selling a program, he can get a ton more people in there, he can scale that, he can market it, and he's selling a result, whereas over here you're just selling time. So that's the big main difference. Now the next difference between a coach and a coaching business is that a coach actually goes out and prospects one-to-one. So they go out and they start talking to people on social media, networking events, and they start getting prospects one-to-one. They talk to people one-on-one. Whereas in a coaching business, you never do that. What you do is you create a system for leads and sales. So see, in a coach alone who has no business, they go out and they prospect and then they sell one-to-one. So they get on calls, discovery sessions, they try to close a package one-to-one. And maybe it's a good day for them. If you want to make 10 or 15 grand a month, you could totally do that. You could do that doing this, because you're selling your time, you sell a 3-month thing, and you sell for like 4 grand or 3 grand. You think but that's not scalable. It's not a business. A real business, you create a system, marketing and a sales system to create leads for yourself on a daily and weekly basis and create sales. Oh, I put sales. Okay, there you go. So sales, there you go. A system for lead generation and sales generation. So you have a streamlined process for how to get new prospects in the door every day and how to close them every day, so you're not the only one talking. Now, the next different thing between a coach and a coaching business is that a coach does random with their clients. When they work with them, they do random methods and techniques while they work with their clients. And what I mean by that, I mean like it's random. Like, when they work with a client, it always varies. There's always a different process. You try one method here, one method there. There's NLP, there's NAC, there's hypnosis, there's thought felt therapy. By the way, I'm certified in all of them. I've learned all of them, and I don't use any of them. I'm not saying they're bad. I just don't use any of them. It's maybe a part of my program or my process, but it's not something I always change and vary, right? So a coach alone has different random methods and techniques they use to help their clients get results. And that's just, by the way, that's life and emotional coaching. There's other things as well. Maybe you have different methods for money and relationship, right? But a coaching business, you have one process, coaching process. And here's the key, that's duplicatable. Now, why is that key? Because see, as a coach, when you're just alone, you're doing random things to help your clients. It's always a different thing. So you don't really have a system. But in a coaching business, you develop one coaching process that you can teach. Now, this gives you the ability to one day teach other coaches how to do what you do. It also gives you a unique edge in the marketplace. If I have my own process to doing things, well, you can't learn that anywhere else. But over here, if I'm the same person doing the same random thing as everyone else, I'm no different. So this is a huge competitive advantage in the marketplace of coaching, because in a business, you want to develop a unique process so that people know you for what you do. An example again was Tony Robbins. He has his own way of teaching what he teaches, and he coaches clients using his own methods. Now it's organized by tons of different things, but he created one process. When you go to his events, you can tell he's organized everything step by step. He created a process. Whereas when I sit down with a normal coach, they just walk me through a bunch of different things, and then they get a result at the end. So there's a huge difference there as well between a coach and a coaching business. And the next thing as well is that with a coach, the reach is limited. Meaning, because they're doing prospecting one-to-one and selling one-to-one, and really they're alone, they're a solopreneur. Over here, they don't really get to a lot of people. Their impact is limited. Whereas in a coaching business, the reach is global. And what I mean by global is like I've had coaching clients from around the world. I have an audience from around the world. I've been to Malaysia, Thailand, Singapore, Texas. I've been all over the states, different states, all over Canada. And like all I think about is if I was just a coach, then I would just talk to everyone in my neighborhood and in the city, maybe in the province or in the the state you're in or whatever, the city. But a coaching business can expand to around the world. You can, because you have a proven process, you have a system that's a marketing system for leads and sales, and you sell a program that can scale, that can go to other places in the world. You can help more people. Whereas as a coach, as like a one person show, you're really just working on your own time, like you're doing your own thing. So it's hard to reach people in a different country when you're selling one-to-one time. It's like it's going to be possible, but it's way easier when you have a coaching business. Which leads me to my next point, which is a coach is a solopreneur. Whereas in a coaching business, if you own a coaching business, usually a coach who owns a coaching business leads a team. Okay, they lead a team. Why? How do I know that? Well, think about it. When you're a coach alone, you're a solopreneur. You're doing everything yourself. You're doing all your prospecting, you're selling, you're coaching. It's all you, and you're like working like a freelancer. You're not really a business. You're just a freelancer. Whereas over here, you lead a team. I have a team. I have an incredible team, like a superhuman team of people that help me as well achieve my business vision with coaching because they believe in what I do and they help me with all parts. I got someone who's specifically in charge for operations, someone specifically in charge for my content and copywriting, someone specifically in charge of my video editing and my filming, someone who's specifically in charge of my funnels and my ads. Well, I trained these people. I worked with them. I started here, but my goal was to get to coaching business. And a real business has a team. So if you want to be a leader as well as a coach, you need to learn how to lead a team. You got to start building a coaching business. Because a coach, being just a coach, is not enough. It's like being a cook. But if you own a restaurant, you know how to lead others to be the waitress and the waiters, the other chefs, the people that help run the place. You lead a team. And the last thing on the list is that coaches, usually, not all the time, but usually most of the places I've done my research to know, they earn less than $100,000 per year. Okay? They earn less than $100,000 per year. Okay? A coach earns less than $100,000 per year. With this model over here, it's really hard. It's very difficult to try to scale to over 100 grand, 200, 500, a million. I don't even know if it's possible, but I've never tried it, so I can't say it's impossible. All I know is this is very difficult. This system over here, being just a coach, is not built to scale. It's built for you to make some money, help some people out. Now, if you really have a hunger for helping the world and changing the world, changing people's lives, then you got to build a business because coaching businesses make more than 100 grand per year. Okay? They make more. They make more. When I transition from being a coach to running a coaching business and I start to implement all of these things instead of these things, I made $105,000 my first year as a life coach, being all odds against me, starting with nothing. I had no qualification, no certification. You might be watching this, you're like, I could probably do a lot better than Armin. You probably can, but you just didn't have a coaching business mindset. You had a coaching mindset. Coaching mindset will only get you so far. It'll make you run maybe 100 miles, like a 100-meter dash. But if you want to run the marathon, you need a coaching business. You got to go all the way. You want to build a life out of this, you got to build a business, a company you got to build. And so if you want to make more than 100 grand per year, you can't just be a coach. You can't just be a cook. No cook in this world, unless you're a famous celebrity chef, is going to make more than 100 grand a year. You just won't. It just doesn't happen unless you're famous. But in that case, it's not because you're a cook, it's because you're famous, right? So if you want to earn more than 100 grand per year, want to hit six figures, you need to build an actual coaching business. Now, guys, this is the difference between a coach and a coaching business. And I find it daunting on me because I'm in the marketplace. I've worked with hundreds of coaches. And I realize like a lot of the problems I faced, coaches face in the marketplace too. And one of the biggest ones is just a lack of clarity, like a lack of know-how, not knowing how to actually build a real business. Because when we start out, I wanted to just help people. I wanted to just go out there and help people, whatever it was, through however it was. And that made me feel amazing. But it felt terrible to help people and then not be able to pay bills. And the main difference was because I didn't have a coaching business. I had a coaching job. I had a hobby, a profession, but that's not going to do anything for me long term. Now, if you're anything like me, I have this huge vision. I want to keep growing my company. I want to get to around the world, more people, millions of people, and I will get there. But if you want to get there, you got to start doing what I've been doing because it's been exponentially growing me every single year. Every year I've doubled and then tripled my income. until I've made multiple six figures as a coach. And I've done life coaching, public speaking coaching, helping people with confidence and just speaking on stages, which is different than my life coaching because that's more about helping people out in their life and their goals and their mindset. And I've also done business coaching, which is what I do now. I'm helping other coaches build their own businesses as well. Same model I've used here. Building a coaching business, I've ran multiple coaching businesses. And so you got to choose, like, what do you want to be? Do you want to be a coach, make less than $1,000 a year, be a solopreneur, reach a limited amount of people, have random techniques and methods to help your clients with, just keep going out there prospecting and chasing clients one-on-one and selling your time? Or do you want to sell a program, get a ton of people at once, deliver it all together, have a bigger impact, and leverage your time and make money in less time and give bigger breakthroughs to your clients? Do you want to have a system for lead generation and sales conversion? Do you want to have one coaching process that everybody knows you for? You're famous for that process, that unique process. By the way, if you need help with that, I help people with that. You can create your own unique process. You don't have to be a genius or Einstein. You just got to learn how to organize what you know into a fashion where it's different than everybody else's. I've done it multiple times. I have my own process for every coaching business I have. So do you want to have one coaching process that's duplicatable? Maybe one day you want to certify other coaches, teach them how to coach. That'd be really cool. Maybe you want to have a reach that's global. People around the world get to hear your message. And maybe you want to lead a team, have an actual people that come and work for you and work with you to build your vision. And you want to earn more than 100 grand a year. Well, if you want this, then I want you to do simply right now, listen very carefully. I'm going to tell you how to start doing this, the coaching business side, and actually start hitting all these bullet points. If you want to help with doing all of these things, then I have a program for you. I want to help you out. I want you, my team and myself and my expertise to help you do this because we've done it several times over and over. All you need to do is click the link in this video and you can book a call at my office and we'll do a free strategy session with you where we're going to walk through what's holding you back, what you need to do to get over that, and creating a game plan for this year for you to hit your goals as a coach. So if you want, go book a call now, and me and my team will help you out, and we'll see if it's a fit first. If it's a fit, then we'll show you what we have. We have our own unique coaching process on how we help coaches build their business as well. It's worked for me and tons of other coaches. And so if you're interested in building a coaching business and get out of the rat race of having just being a coach, then book a call and let's speak together soon. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I love making these, so I want to share with you guys all the things that I've learned in my process so that you can avoid mistakes and learn and profit from my mistakes and my experience as well. But I hope you guys like this video. I hope it gave you tons of clarity on why you're maybe facing some struggles in the business side. It's because you're not really a business yet. So you got to do all these cool things. So book a call so we can speak to you and we can help you with your coaching business. Until I see you next time, I'll see you in the next video. We'll talk soon.